Welcome to HVTV1.com for this special presentation of the Hidden Valley High School Mustangs. This broadcast is brought to you in part by Evergreen Federal Bank, Don Carter LLC, Fields Ace Home Center, Southern Oregon Audio Visual and Ciro Bignati, and LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire. These wonderful people and businesses help bring you these free events, so support them in their service. And get ready for some great action ahead on HVTV1.com.
Hello everybody and welcome to HVTV1 Student News. I'm Josh Eldridge. Along with me tonight is going to be Moshe Giant. We are coming to you live from Hidden Valley High School, Mustang Court to be exact, on the campus of Hidden Valley High School, ready to bring you this special presentation for the Hidden Valley High School Mustangs on HVTV1.com. Tonight's matchup features the Hidden Valley Mustangs and the traveling Henley Hornets, making the trip from Klamath Falls tonight after a heavy snow weekend. We'll see if they're going to be able to make it a while worth it trip. Stay tuned, there's a lot more to cover on HVTV1.com. We'll go over the past matchups between these couple teams, and there is a lot on the line in terms of playoff qualifications for both these teams. Coming up next on HVTV1.com.
This live event on HVTV1 is brought to you in part by Evergreen Federal Bank and President Jeff Hyde. Evergreen has served our community for over 80 years with locations in Grants Pass, Medford, and Rogue River. Evergreen Federal Bank, member of FDIC, equal housing lender. This event is also sponsored by Fields Ace Home Center, your hometown hardware store where you drive a little and save a lot. Fields Ace Home Center is open 7 days a week in Murphy. This live event on HVTV1 is brought to you in part.
Welcome back to HVTV1.com. The Mustangs and the Henley Hornets still pregame right now before we hand it over to Dale Fisher. But the biggest thing tonight is if Hidden Valley wins this matchup, they will have clinched definitively a second straight Skyline Conference championship. 7-0 right now, 13-8 overall this season. Behind them is the team that has got to stop them tonight. The Henley Hornets are 6-1 right now in league play, 12-8 overall this season. With a win tonight, they can maybe hope to split the championship between Hidden Valley and Henley and force a league playoff to see who gets that immediate berth into the playoffs. Following those two teams, North Valley's 5-2, Mazama is 2-5, Klamath Union's 1-6, and finally still a winless Phoenix Pirates team rounding out the bottom of the Skyline Conference. Other games to keep track of tonight, though: Mazama is playing the Pirates tonight at Phoenix High School, and North Valley is over playing the Pelicans at Pelican Court, the Klamath Union Pelicans, that is. On Friday, only a couple teams playing in the Skyline Conference. Hidden Valley beat Klamath Union 69-37, and this Henley Hornets team, beat Phoenix 58-31. So both teams coming off a win, feeling good and hoping to grab a win here tonight. Next time out for a few of these teams, all Skyline teams playing this coming Friday. Henley is going to be at Mazama High School taking on the Vikings. Klamath Union going to be taking on the Pirates. Phoenix at home in that one. And finally, Hidden Valley, the Mustangs, going at the Civil War over in Merlin, the crosstown rivals, the North Valley Knights. And again, that's on Friday. Speaking of next time out for Hidden Valley, we'll give you an idea of the next three events. So tonight, of course, we've got girls basketball only tonight against Henley. And again, Friday, girls and boys over at North Valley in Merlin. And then February 19th, which is the following week, we're going to have girls basketball here at home against the Phoenix Pirates. As again, the Mustangs still on a steady course to try to win that Skyline Conference title. Hidden Valley still ranked very well in the state as well, ranked 5th right now coming into play tonight. Marshfield is 1st, North Marion is 2nd. Marshfield actually 21-1 this season and the defending state champion after last year's tournament. Banks is 3rd, Baker is 4th. Baker is actually 20-1 as well, a very good record from the Greater Oregon League. Of course, our own Hidden Valley Mustangs ranked 5th. Philomath is in at the 6th spot. Staten is number 7. Astoria is 8, and 9 and 10 is Marist Catholic and Junction City. That's how the state of Oregon is looking towards the end of this regular season. And speaking of the regular season, Hidden Valley, they've won 19 straight Skyline contests in the regular season dating back to 2017. They did lose to Henley in a league playoff, and that was on February 21st of 2017. That was also the last time these Mustangs lost to the Henley Hornets. Since then, they've won 3 straight against Henley. Their closest game was a difference of 11 points, and that was earlier this season where the Mustangs won 43-32. This year, just another side note, Hidden Valley, they're 6-2 overall this season at home, and Henley is 7-2 on the road, so definitely looking up to be a great matchup. Both teams are comfortable where they're at right now. And again, Hidden Valley, they'll clinch a Skyline Conference championship with a win tonight. It would be their second straight, and it would get an immediate berth into the playoffs. Now, how the playoffs work for the Skyline Conference at the very least is winner of the Skyline Conference gets an immediate berth into the 16-team playoff. The 2 and 3 spots in the Skyline Conference, they will travel for their, the second place team will host a game. The third place team will travel to a different school. And winners there in those matchups will move on to the 16-team bracket as well. Then finally, winners in those 16 teams move on to the 8-team tournament at Forest Grove High School that eventually crowns our state champion. Hidden Valley falling short last year, going 2 games, 2 losses, 2 and out at that state tournament last year, hoping to make a better impact this season, and are so far playing just as good, if not better, than they did last season, hoping to make another run at that one again. See them meeting up in front of the scorers table, which means we're almost getting ready for tip-off, folks. We're going to take one more break here in this pregame show. When we come back, I'll welcome motion to this broadcast. We'll hand it over to Dale Fisher to get us going. Once again, you're watching Hidden Valley Mustangs and Henley Hornets on HVTV1.com.
HVTV1 would like to thank Southern Oregon Audio Visual and Ciro Bignati for helping Hidden Valley athletics and activities. Whether you're entertaining 10 people or 1,000, call Southern Oregon Audio Visual at 541-890-2334. Again, that's 541-890-2334. James B. Hurley wants to help you plan your future. If you want to grow your retirement fund or even buy a house, consult with James B. Hurley at 924-1934. Again, that's 924-1934. The weather is changing outside and you may need to update your wardrobe. If that is the case, then contact LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire on Facebook. Mention HVTV1 for $10 off your first purchase. Again, that's LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire on Facebook. The weather is...
Olivia Jackson, senior, number 3, shooting guard. Janelle Hurley, 23, senior, shooting guard. Ellie Jesse, senior, 44, post, shooting guard. Jada Hurley, sophomore, number 11, point guard. Hannah Scott, senior, number 12, point guard. Taryn Powers, freshman, number 0, shooting guard. Marissa Elmore, junior, number 20, guard. Kai Fisher, sophomore, number 42, power forward. Kylie Lyon, senior, number 24, post. Annabelle Brown, 30, junior, post.
Welcome back to HVTV1.com. I'm Josh Eldridge, of course, along with Moshe again tonight, ready to bring you Hidden Valley Mustangs versus the Henley Hornets again. Moshe, tonight, I don't know if you heard what I was saying earlier, tonight Hidden Valley Mustangs, Lady Stangs at least, have a chance to clinch the Skyline Conference tonight, the second straight in the past 2 years, obviously. Has there been any talk about that around school? Are people aware of what's at stake tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a very exciting matchup. You know, I've heard a lot about this at school today. You know, it's just been everywhere. It's like, whoa, you know, like, this is our moment. Like, let's clench this. I mean, the girls have been having a lot of moments, I'd say, this season. The girls have been doing quite phenomenal, I'd say. And, you know, a lot of the same kind of play as last year. Very, very good, very strong, very structured play. You know, a lot of things you like to see if you're competing for a state championship.
Well, it's good to hear that there's buzz around school, because I remember last year when we went to the state tournament, a lot of the kids in the school were watching the state tournament that we were broadcasting up there at Forest Grove, and that's one thing that I think Hidden Valley has going for them, that Henley has going for them as well, but a lot of the Skyline teams, you look around their campus, maybe their student sections don't fill out as much as they do at Hidden Valley. And obviously it's the girls' game tonight, not going to have as big of a student section as we will probably later on, but definitely a lot of school spirit. You can't say that for a lot of places, and I think that helps propel these Lady Stangs into a different level, at least mentally, when they come and defend their home court against 6-2 at home this season. You think you attribute that to the school spirit a little bit?
Oh yeah, no, the school spirit at Hidden Valley is phenomenal. You know, it's great. You hear a lot of chants, you hear a lot of rallies, you hear a lot of energy, a lot of passion, and the cheerleaders do a phenomenal job with supporting the team as well, something I've noticed.
We should be getting ready to hand it down to public address announcer Dale Fisher here any second. He's getting up. We toss it down to Dale Fisher.
Good evening, basketball fans. This game tonight brought to you by Siskiyou Community Health Center, the Active Club, and Evergreen Federal Bank. And on behalf of Superintendent Dave Valenzuela and the entire Three Rivers School District Board, I'd like to welcome you to Mustang Court. Tonight, your Hidden Valley Mustangs are hosting the visiting Hornets from Henley High School in a Skyline Conference matchup. We remind you that good sportsmanship is a vital component of high school athletics. Hidden Valley High School, the OSAA, and our student athletes recognize that judgment calls, either by officials, coaches, or the players themselves, are made in good faith and should be respected. We encourage you to support your team in a positive manner while pursuing victory with honor. Sportsmanship is all about respecting the game, each other, and yourselves. We want you to be loud, be proud, and be positive. Let's meet the teams for tonight's matchup. First, the visiting Hornets from Henley High School. A 5'4" junior, number 10, Reagan Loney. A 5'7" junior, number 20, Alexandria Sharp. A 5'4" senior, number 30, Brady Smith. A 5'9" sophomore, number 34, Carly Moore. And a 6-foot senior, number 42, Jessica Northcutt. The Hornets are coached by Shannon Carlson, Ryan Smith, Brad Smith, and Rainey Parker. Excuse me, Racine Parker. And now, your Hidden Valley Mustangs! A 5'6" freshman, number 0, Taryn Powers. A 5'3" senior, number 12, Clara Scott. A 5'6" senior, number 23, Janelle Hurley. A 6-foot sophomore, number 42, Kaya Fisher. And a 5'7" senior, number 44, Hallie Jesse. The Mustangs are coached by Joel Jesse, Andrew Clay Ford, Patrick Blansard, and Sean Bellenbaum. And now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise and remove your caps as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem by Hidden Valley student Naomi Alarid.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet
And that means tip-off is afoot, everyone. Again, Hidden Valley Mustangs and the Henley Hornets getting ready to do battle again. The Skyline Conference is on the line tonight. The Mustangs win, they will clinch the Skyline Conference. And be an incredible show. Hopefully tonight, Moshe, you expect everything to be left out on the court, obviously, between both these teams.
I think it's going to be an interesting matchup tonight. Henley has a pretty good reputation for producing some very high-quality athletic teams, but I think our girls are on a pretty good streak so far. And yeah, if they win this one, then they can clinch the title. Here's tip-off.
Bring up the Evergreen Federal Bank scoreboard. Again, special thanks to Evergreen Federal Bank and President Jeff Hyde, helping all Hidden Valley athletics and activities. So again, starting on the floor for Hidden Valley. Number 0, the freshman, Taryn Powers. Number 12, Clara Scott. Number 23, Janelle Hurley, a senior. Number 42, the sophomore, Kaya Fisher. And number 44, Hallie Jesse, the other senior captain on the court right now for the Mustangs. Clara Scott tries to bounce pass in. That one's just going to end up bouncing off the foot of Reagan Loney, a junior, standing 5'4" for the Henley Hornets. Claire Scott passing it to Powers, the starting freshman. Don't see that too often, but a nice pass to Janelle Hurley. She's not able to capitalize, and the Hornets going to get their first possession of the game. Bounce pass out to Loney. Loney got the bounce pass, shoots for 3. Not able to knock that one down, but the Hornets get their own rebound. Carly Moore going to end up getting fouled. The sophomore standing 5'9" tall. Kaya Fisher getting charged with the foul, the first one for her tonight, and the first team foul for the Mustangs. Kaya Fisher tends to stay out of foul trouble most nights, but definitely going to want her to now. Finished with 21 points in the win over Klamath Union on Friday. Janelle Hurley finishing with 24 in that win over the Pelicans. Excuse me, 22 for Janelle Hurley. So 2 of the high scorers for sure. Hurley tends to get into foul trouble too, so hopefully they can manage that, and something you work on is get closer to playoffs. That one's stolen away. Hallie Jesse trying to power it to the basket. She's going to end up getting fouled, a chance for 2. Hallie Jesse, definitely one of the more consistent shooters on this Mustang team. Got a good touch from long range as well. And definitely from the free throw line. Going 1-1 at the free throw line. That one's stolen away. Hallie Jesse, she's got a race there. Hopefully that Loney doesn't end up backing up, but Jesse able to put it back up and in. Over to Northcutt. Fisher trying to cover Northcutt, not able to do it. Northcutt tying this game up. That one's stolen away. Pass into Loney. I think they're going to end up charging Jesse with a foul. Passed out to Loney, now at the top of the arc. Into Northcutt. She's going to be the scorer for the Hornets tonight. Big, tall inside, just like Kaya Fisher, one of the leading scorers for Hidden Valley. But now the freshman, Taryn Powers, passing it off to the senior point guard. Going to try to orchestrate a play. Anyway, third-year head coach Joel Jesse. And you hear him trying to give orders to his team. A nice teardrop pass into Hurley. Not going to amount to much yet. Henley kind of playing his own type of defense. That one's almost stolen away. Pass now into Fisher. She's got an open net to look at. Putting it in for two, Kaya Fisher. Bounced over to Northcutt. Loney doing a nice job of boxing. I believe that was Powers out. Able to convert on those couple points. Tied up at 5 as we cross the 5-minute mark in this game. Both teams turning the ball over quite a bit. 4 already for the Mustangs. Going to want to clean that up moving forward, but both teams moving pretty quickly, trying to move and grab those steals as Clara Scott comes out of the game. Jada Hurley coming in for Hidden Valley. Kaya's going to end up being charged with a foul there. So Hornets going to maintain possession. That's Fisher's second personal foul. Trying to put it up. Northcutt not able to get it. Finally, the Mustangs going to get possession. 4.5 minutes left. 5-5 the score. Still in the first quarter play. Again, Skyline Conference on the line tonight. Shot for 3 from Hurley, not able to get it. Bounces off the rim. Jesse back to Powers. Now it's going to end up going out of bounds. Possession to the Hornets.
Into the game for the Mustangs, number 24,
Kylie Lyon coming in for Kaya Fisher. Fisher already got 2 fouls. Might see her sitting for the rest of the quarter. Kylie Lyon coming in, a senior, standing 5'7" for Hidden Valley. Number 24. Taryn Powers mid-range, not able to knock it down, bounces off the backboard, and now dribbling back down is Brady Smith. Tried to pass that one over to, I believe that's Mackenzie Peterson. Olivia Jackson coming in for Taryn Powers.
Looks like a pretty even matchup so far, Josh.
Yeah, low scoring for sure, and both teams turning the ball over. There's another one for Hidden Valley.
Oof. Seems to be moving pretty fast and furious.
Yeah, reach and foul charge to Jada Hurley. Be here first.
A lot of fouls on Hidden Valley so far.
Yeah, 14 fouls for them already compared to the 1 on Henley's side.
Yeah.
Don't want to just be giving Henley away those free throws. They'll knock him down just as good as any other team.
Especially in such a close score game.
Definitely, and if, like we said, free throws can really be the killer in a lot of these games if they stay close to the last minute and you just end up giving away free throws. You can throw away a game like that. So on the court right now for Hidden Valley, Hallie Jesse, Jada Hurley, Janelle Hurley, Kylie Lyon, and Olivia Jackson. Head coach Joel Jesse calling a timeout. A little bit of confusion on the court, it looks like. Yeah, timeout called by Hidden Valley. Joel Jesse calling one, trying to talk to his team. Still tied at 5, 3:18 left to go in the first quarter, and you're watching HVTV1.com.
By Evergreen Federal Bank and President Jeff Hyde. Evergreen has served our community for over 80 years with locations in Grants Pass, Medford, and Rogue River. Evergreen Federal Bank, member of FDIC, equal housing lender. This event is also sponsored by Fields Ace Home Center, your hometown hardware store where you drive a little and save a lot. Fields Ace Home Center is open 7 days a week in Murphy.
Welcome back to HVTV1.com. 5-5 the score, 3:18 left to go in the first quarter between the Hidden Valley Mustangs and the Henley Hornets. Mustangs going to start off with possession. Not a lot of offense for either team, but Moshe mentioned to me in the break, both defenses are really going after the ball. A lot of turnovers for both teams, but really not for lack of good offense, but just good defense. Really, Henley's going after these steals, playing very aggressive basketball. 6 turnovers for Hidden Valley, 3 for the Hornets. But again, that's just aggressive defensive play.
Something I noticed is that Hidden Valley changed their strategy a little bit halfway through this quarter. I'd say, you know, they started off a little bit slower, a little bit more, you know, swinging around, pass it oriented, and then they started kind of playing Henley's game, I noticed.
And that's something that you and I had talked about when we did the boys game over at Phoenix High School. Our boys just couldn't keep pace with those Pirates and ended up trying to beat the Pirates at their own game, really. And the Mustangs were doing a good job of trying to dictate the pace here now, unlike they were in the first part of this first quarter. Brady Smith pass into Northcutt. Not able to get it, but finally able to knock it down. Henley Hornets now leading by 4. That's McLaughlin. She's got 4 points tonight.
Something I noticed, Hidden Valley keeps going for these high passes over, and a lot of them are not making their mark.
Olivia Jackson can't pass too high. It's going to get behind her.
And with Henley being so aggressive, he really can't give up anything.
That's stolen away again, hustling down court. Jackson trying to block Loney, but she's going to knock it down anyway. Henley now leads by 6. Jackson passes over to Jesse, now to Hurley for 3. Unlucky bounce. Jada Hurley is going to end up getting blocked by Northcutt. Going to go out of bounds, and the Mustangs going to retain possession. Minute 16 left to go. 6 points the difference between the Mustangs and the Hornets. Coming out of the break, a 6-0 run for the Hornets. Jesse, a nice step back for 3, not going to land. Hurley tried to tip that one and keep it for the Mustangs, not able to do it. The bounce pass into Loney. Hard foul from Janelle Hurley. First foul for Hurley tonight, and at the free throw line is going to be Reagan Loney. She's yet to show up at the line tonight. She's got 2 points. But the Mustangs coming out of the break, it looks like you said they tried to change their pace, but maybe they weren't ready for their own change of pace. They're trying to dictate a little bit now, playing a little bit faster, but again, we always talk about the faster you play, the more mistakes that are going to be made, and right now the Hornets are capitalizing on those mistakes.
I would agree with that statement, Josh. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about that, actually. Need to hone in their strategy and not miss the little things, I'd say.
Loney making 1 of her 2 free throws. Pass across the court to Jesse from inside the arc, not gonna fall.
Seeing a lot of these long passes on both teams, and you know, I mean, I'm not a coach or anything, but I wouldn't advise it in play, but it seems like the Hornets are able to do it a little bit more effectively than Hidden Valley.
Definitely those long passes from one side of the court to the other. And it seems more like the Hornets are just trying to jump at the opportunity to take that ball away.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Northcutt trying to power through Jesse. That ball goes loose, racing back across the court. Going to be called over and back against Brady Smith, and the Mustangs going to take possession with just a shade under 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. 12-5 the score, Hornets lead. Having a tough time getting inside to score. We've seen a lot of shots taken from mid-range and beyond the arc tonight from Hidden Valley. Tough to get inside when you don't have your big center, Kaya Fisher, but she's got 2 fouls tonight. Don't want to play her and have her foul out. Pass to no one. That one's going to roll out of bounds. Another turnover for Hidden Valley. That makes 7 tonight. 5 seconds. Going to see if the Hornets are going to be able to get a shot off before this quarter ends. Pass to Northcutt. She's going to shoot over the head of Jesse. Not going to land, and that will be the end of the first quarter. 12-5 the score. The Hornets coming out with a pretty dominant lead at the end of this first quarter. Again, 12-5. As we head into quarter number 2, you're watching HVTV1.com.
Would like to thank Southern Oregon Audiovisual and Ciro Bignati for helping Hidden Valley athletics and activities. Whether you're entertaining 10 people or 1,000, call Southern Oregon Audiovisual at 541-890-2334. Again, that's 541-890-2334. James B. Hurley wants to help you plan your future. If you want to grow your retirement fund or even buy a house, consult with James B. Hurley at 924-1934. Again, that's 924-1934. HVTV.
Welcome back to HVTV1.com. The score after one quarter here in Murphy is 12-5. The traveling Hornets are beating the hometown Mustangs so far, but we talked a little bit about that. It's just the Mustangs coming out of that timeout that they called in the middle of the quarter, just were not able to get anything going. Do you think most of that was more of them trying to adjust to Henley or adjust to themselves and try to play more of their game or try to beat Henley at their own?
I think they were trying to beat Henley at their own game, more with the long passes and playing the game a little bit faster, I mean, there's, the strategy they used at the beginning wasn't working the best either, but I don't think the strategy that they were trying is working that effectively either.
Kai Fisher trying to knock that one away. She does it effectively, but Mustangs unable to capitalize. Powering inside. Northcutt not able to find the rim, and I think Clara Scott going to be charged with a foul there.
How many fouls is that on Hidden Valley so far, Josh?
That makes 6, I believe.
Not seeing a lot of fouls on the Hornets' part.
Only 3 team fouls, and that actually is 7 for Hidden Valley. 3 team fouls for Henley so far, and at the line for them now is Lindy Glocklin. Hits her first. That's 5 points for her tonight. Missing the second free throw, but it's going to roll out of bounds. Possession to the Hornets. In Hidden Valley with the win tonight, they'll clinch the Skyline Conference, and down by 8 right now. If they keep trailing behind, it's going to be a tough second half to play, especially with a championship on the line. Want to play your best basketball. Passed out to Loney. She's trying to power inside against Hurley. Not going to happen. A lot of passing coming out from the Hornets, trying to find an open player, not going to land. The three-point attempt shot by Paige Barnett, and Hidden Valley going to take possession now. You score on this trip down the court, you'll make it manageable. A long pass, Clara Scott launches that one out of the cannon, and you don't seem too happy with that decision. That's exactly what we're talking about. Trying to beat Henley at their own game. You just got to play your own and hope that it turns out well. You can't be launching those down court.
Yeah, every time you take a launch like that down court, it really is taking a big risk. And, I mean, if it works, when it works, it works great. I'm not saying it doesn't, but otherwise you're just throwing the ball away, basically.
Exactly,
So,
exactly.
Honestly, I hope I was wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Oh, nice pass there. Didn't see that coming.
Yeah, between the legs of Reagan Loney.
Oh, boy. What I'm noticing is Henley is keeping up that pressure so much that it's hard for them to even, do anything with the ball.
Yeah, like we said, a lot of turnovers, and that's not for lack of trying by Hidden Valley. That's just great defense for Henley. Pass in the middle, back to Powers. Kaya Fisher, she's going to shoot for 3. Don't see that too often. Not going to land. Still 13-5, 6.5 minutes left, and you see that long pass from Henley. It's working out for them fine. Looks like the Mustangs try to imitate what's working for the Hornets, and it's just not working for them. On the floor right now for Hidden Valley, Clara Scott, Kylie Lyon, Taryn Powers, Janelle Hurley, and Kaya Fisher. Pass across the court over to Scott. Hurley inside to Fisher.
something that I noticed is how Henley rotates their defense so seamlessly, you know, from having that 4-on-2 kind of a thing to the 2 people with the ball, see if they can grab it. But if they can't, then they just swing over, and then they're covering everybody.
Yeah, very comfortable with their defense. That's true. And again, that's touches on just the great defense we're seeing from Henley. Good zone defense. Kaya Fisher, she's going to get 3 chances, puts it in on the 3rd one, and 4 points on the night for Kaya Fisher. Mustangs haven't scored in about a quarter. This is about when they called their timeout. And again, 13-7 in the 2nd quarter right now.
Good attempt by Clara Scott. At least it disrupts the game.
Disrupts the tempo for sure.
Get yourself a moment to set everything back up.
That one's stolen away from Janelle Hurley. See if she can get the uncontested layup. She does. Janelle Hurley, her first points of the game. Mustangs now only trailing by 4 with 5:19 left to go in the 2nd quarter. That pass inside, Powers playing good defense. Having to go back outside with that one. Clara Scott gonna hold on to it. Jesse calling a timeout once they get possession. 5 minutes, 11 seconds left to go in the 2nd quarter. 13-9 the score. The Henley Hornets lead the Hidden Valley Mustangs. You're watching HVTV1.com.
Changing outside, and you may need to update your wardrobe. If that is the case, then contact LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire on Facebook. Mention HVTV1 for $10 off your first purchase. Again, that's LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire on Facebook. The weather is changing.
Welcome back to HVTV1.com. 13-9 the score. 4 points separate the Mustangs and the Hornets in this battle for the Skyline Conference Championship. Again, if the Hornets win, they will at least hold on for a potential share of the Skyline Conference Championship, and there'll be a playoff. But if the Mustangs win tonight, they will clinch it outright in a berth into the 16-team playoff later on in March. Hitting the 5-minute mark now. Again, 13-9 the score. Mustangs and the Hornets. That pass over to Hurley. Now Claire Scott trying to find an option. Kaya Fisher trying to power through, now back to Scott. Kaya Fisher doing a great job inside. She's going to end up getting fouled. I believe that's going to be charged to Jessica Northcutt. That'd be her 2nd. So Fisher's going to get a chance at the line. She hasn't shot yet tonight. Fairly consistent from the free throw line. You know what you're going to get, probably 1 and 1 from her. Hitting her first one. Two for 2 from the line for the sophomore Kaya Fisher. Now within 2, the Mustangs trying to make a comeback into this one as we go into halftime. Again, during halftime, stay with us. We'll give you a report of what we've got through the first half, and again, another look at the Skyline Conference standings as we inch towards the end of the regular season. Alexandria Sharp, 2 points for her. The Hornets now extend their lead to 4. Lucky for the Mustangs there, stepping out of bounds. I believe that was also Sharp. So Hidden Valley going to get possession.
You know, when they've had this little mini comeback, I've noticed, you know, it's when they haven't been doing those long shots.
Exactly. No, that's definitely a good point. They're back to trying to play their own game. And again, that timeout was called when it was tied 5-5. They were at least scoring. And now back, it looks like they're playing like we're used to seeing Hidden Valley play. Just an unfortunate pass there, really.
Yeah.
And I think
traveling.
That's not traveling.
Step out of bounds.
Not sure, but it's a turnover nonetheless. Hidden Valley's also cut back on the turnovers. Only 2 in this quarter as opposed to 6 last quarter, so that's 8 in total so far.
Tightened it up a little bit. That's good. Oh, boy.
Double coverage. Claire Scott's open. They're going to choose Powers instead. Now inside to Fisher. She's going to be fouled before she gets the shot, so foul charge to Carly Moore. It's her 2nd tonight. Jessica Northcutt also has 2. 17 fouls for Hidden Valley, 6 now for the Hornets. Apparently Lyon passes it to Clara Scott. She goes from inside the paint in for 2.
Well, something I've noticed is they, I think they're a lot more comfortable with how they're playing right now, and I think it's actually working out for them. They're slowly easing back up there, getting in there. As long as they keep the pressure on, which is good, which I'm noticing. I think they got a pretty good shot, honestly.
Northcutt fighting for that bucket, not able to get it. Good save there from Powers. Clara Scott having a little bit of trouble passing the ball tonight. Trying to set up a play. Passes over to Powers. Now over to Hurley for 3. It's good!
And the Mustangs now take the... Oh, it's not.
No, it's a tie game, Mosh. Looked like it was going to be a 3, but I guess they only counted it for 2.
I swear, they're just trying to make me look bad. Oh.
Possession goes to Hidden Valley. Again, tie game. That's the 4th tie tonight between these two teams. 4 lead changes also. See if we can get a 5th one by the time this trip down the court is over for Hidden Valley. Coming in for Clara Scott is the junior Jada Hurley. Or excuse me, sophomore Jada Hurley.
Ooh.
Almost stolen away that time by Loney. Playing aggressive defense. Long pass over to Janelle Hurley. Tries to get it in to Kaya Fisher. And luckily dribbling it out of bounds. The Mustangs get a second chance.
Yeah, I really think about those long passes. They can get you so far, but certainly, if you just keep doing them back to back, you're literally tempting fate in my book.
Jada Hurley, that one should be 3. And it will be. Mustangs take a 3-point lead with 2:18 left to go in the half.
Stolen back, and Jada Hurley dribbles down. Not quite.
Kaya Fisher's going to end up getting fouled on the rebound.
Fouls on Alexandria Sharp. Kaya Fisher to the line.
Kaya Fisher to the line. She's 2 for 2 tonight. Only other person to shoot a free throw for the Mustangs, Hallie Jesse. She went 1 for 2. So doing all right from the line tonight is Hidden Valley. See if they can continue that. Kaya Fisher. 3 for 3 on the night. 2:09 left to go before halftime. Again, during halftime, we'll give you a scoring report of what we've got. Of course, again, a look around the state. A couple other HVTV1 goodies we got planned for you during halftime, so stay with us. Mustangs now a 5-point difference between themselves and the Hornets.
Beautiful play on the Hornets and Mustangs part there, I'd say.
Fouls on Jada Hurley. Her second personal foul.
Jada Hurley charged with her second foul. Looks like Clara Scott's getting ready to come in. Shooting at the first free throw. At the line is Alexandria Sharp. As Scott comes in for Jada Hurley.
Sharp at the line for the second half of a 1-1.
I think this is the Mustangs' biggest lead of the night, Josh.
You would be correct. Sharp knocking down both points, so 20-17 Mustangs lead by 3. Pass over to Lyon, 1:53 left to go.
Keep it light, quick, short passes.
Kaya Fisher finds Hurley, trying to orchestrate a play now back to Clara Scott and get Hurley in a position to shoot. She'll knock it down. 1:30. We'll see if the Mustangs just trying to waste time here. Basketball at its finest. Clara Scott just trying to waste time. It looks like they're just trying to wait until the clock runs down a little bit.
Well, I guess we're on, Josh. Now we're getting paid
guess
for our dollars.
How long does it take until someone tries to steal this one away?
One time I did a speech like this. Didn't really work out, though. Oh, man.
Now hitting the minute mark, 55 seconds.
Yeah, I don't have this patience, honestly. At this point, I would have charged for the ball. In fact, if something doesn't happen, I might go charge for the ball. Josh?
Well, if you charge for the ball, you might end up being charged with a foul. 35 seconds now. Mustangs now going to try to set up their play. Fisher passing it to Scott now, 22 seconds.
Will they get their shot off?
Pass inside to Fisher. She's able to keep a hold of it. 11 seconds. Hurley for three. Not going to land. Still 5 seconds. Going to get a second chance at it here. 2-1 for three. Not going to land. She got two opportunities. Not going to happen. 20-17 is the score at halftime. The Mustangs took a lead with 2 minutes left and finally are back in control of this ball game. Stay with us during halftime. Give you a report of what we've just seen and look ahead. You're watching HVTV1.com.
This live event on HVTV1 is brought to you in part by Evergreen Federal Bank and President Jeff Hyde. Evergreen has served our community for over 80 years with locations in Grants Pass, Medford, and Rogue River. Evergreen Federal Bank, member of FDIC, equal housing lender. This event is also sponsored by Fields Ace Home Center, your hometown hardware store where you drive a little and save a lot. Fields Ace Home Center is open 7 days a week in Murphy. Would like to thank Southern Oregon Audio Visual and Ciro Bignati for helping Hidden Valley athletics and activities. Whether you're entertaining 10 people or 1,000, call Southern Oregon Audio Visual at 541-890-2334. Again, that's 541-890-2334. James B. Hurley wants to help you plan your future. If you want to grow your retirement fund or even buy a house, consult with James B. Hurley at 924-1934. Again, that's 924-1934. Changing outside, and you may need to update your wardrobe. If that is the case, then contact LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire on Facebook. Mention HVTV1 for $10 off your first purchase. Again, that's LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire on Facebook.
All right, welcome back to HVTV1.com. We're through one half of basketball here at Mustang Court. Skyline Conference on the line. The Lady Stangs are in the lead by 3, 20-17 over the Henley Hornets. Leading scorer through one half of basketball for either team was Kaya Fisher. She's got 8 points tonight for Hidden Valley, most of them coming on free throws. 4 points coming for free throws from Kaya Fisher. Hallie Jesse's got 3, as does Jada Hurley. And those leading scorers for Hidden Valley. Leading scorer for the Henley Hornets is Lindy McLaughlin. She's got 5 points tonight. Behind her is Alexandria Sharp with 4, and then a couple girls scattered throughout the lineup with 3s and 2s. But mainly the big thing for Hidden Valley through the first quarter of play, 6 turnovers in the first quarter and only 3 in the second, really cleaning up their play. And for Henley, they had 5 in the first quarter and now 7 total. So really clean basketball for both teams through that second quarter of play. At the end of the first quarter, it was 12-5. The Mustangs definitely, we talked about it most, not really playing their own game. They were definitely trying to play against the Hornets rather than just trying to play their own game. And 12-5 the score at the end of one quarter, but the Mustangs coming out in a big way in the second, scoring 15 points, making the score 20-17, meaning they held the Hornets to just 5 points. And they've been known to do that. A great defensive team last week, holding Klamath Union to a scoreless fourth quarter. How often do you see that? A scoreless fourth quarter in that 69-37 win on Friday against KU. In Hidden Valley, they've won actually 19 straight regular season Skyline contests dating back to 2017. Their last loss in the Skyline Conference was a championship game against the Henley Hornets, where they lost in that title game 64-46, and that was back on February 21st of 2017. Since then, Hidden Valley, they've won 3 straight against the Hornets. The closest difference between these two teams was 11 points, and that was earlier this season, where the Mustangs won 43-32. Skyline Conference shapes up like this, though. Again, Hidden Valley, they are 7-0. They'll win the Skyline Conference outright. A championship is on the horizon as they're 7-0 right now. The Henley Hornets trying to stop them from doing that. They're in second place in the Skyline at 6-1. North Valley's 5-2. Mazama's 2-5. Klamath Union's 1-6. And the Phoenix Pirates have yet to win a Skyline matchup this season. They're 0-7, 6-15 on the season overall. A couple other games going on tonight. Mazama playing the Phoenix Pirates in Phoenix. And North Valley is at Klamath Union tonight. Last time out, which was Friday, a couple teams playing on Friday. Again, Hidden Valley, I mentioned, beating Klamath Union 69-37. And these Henley Hornets beat Phoenix 58-31. Next time out for a few Skyline Conference teams, Henley is going to be at Mazama. Klamath Union is going to be at Phoenix taking on the Pirates. And Hidden Valley going to be on the road taking on the North Valley Knights in Merlin. That's going to be a good one. You can watch that right here on hvtv1.com. And more than that, again tonight, of course, at home against Henley on Friday, on the road in Merlin. And after that, February 19th, the following Tuesday, going to be girls basketball here at home. Because again, Mustangs looking very good, trying to finish out this season as the Skyline Conference champions and a playoff berth into that 16-team bracket to dictate who goes to the tournament at Forest Grove. Again, the second place team in the Skyline Conference will get to host a playoff game. Third place team will have to travel. And winners in those two matches will also go to the 16-team bracket. From there, they will decide the 8 teams to go to the state tournament at Forest Grove High School. So definitely Hidden Valley looking ahead, at least the playoffs. Once they win tonight, it's going to shift their focus definitely to the next step in their season. Again, Hidden Valley going 0-2 last year at the tournament, so hoping to capitalize on the experience that they got last year and maybe bring home that state title like the girls soccer did earlier in this school year. Going to take one break during this halftime show. When we come back, give you a look at a couple other things around the state of Oregon, and again, a look into the second half of this matchup right here on HVTV1. Stay with us. Score 20-17 at halftime. Again, you're watching it with HVTV1 Student News.
Live event on HVTV1 is brought to you in part by Evergreen Federal Bank and President Jeff Hyde. Evergreen has served our community for over 80 years with locations in Grants Pass, Medford, and Rogue River. Evergreen Federal Bank, member of FDIC, equal housing lender. This event is also sponsored by Fields Ace Home Center, your hometown hardware store where you drive a little and save a lot. Fields Ace Home Center is open 7 days a week in Murphy. HVTV1 would like to thank Southern Oregon Audio Visual and Ciro Bignati for helping Hidden Valley athletics and activities. Whether you're entertaining 10 people or 1,000, call Southern Oregon Audio Visual at 541-890-2334. Again, that's 541-890-2334. James B. Hurley wants to help you plan your future. If you want to grow your retirement fund or even buy a house, consult with James B. Hurley at 924-1934. Again, that's 924-1934. Weather is changing outside and you may need to update your wardrobe. If that is the case, then contact LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire on Facebook. Mention HVTV1 for $10 off your first purchase. Again, that's LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire on Facebook. The weather is changing.
Welcome back to HVTV1.com. We're almost done with the halftime break here in Murphy. Again, Hidden Valley High School basketball, definitely the thing that's really hot right now at Hidden Valley. Of course, most are telling me a lot of kids at school talking about this matchup, specifically because if Hidden Valley wins again tonight, they will be crowned Skyline Conference champions for the second year in a row. But something else of note, Hidden Valley winter season, Hidden Valley sends a record 11 wrestlers to the state tournament. Some notable guys you might know. Dustin Brown, the 195 division, placed pretty highly at state last year. He's going to be going. Fisher Bastion in the 160 division, and Christopher Woods in the 285, a freshman going to the state tournament. Again, Hidden Valley, a school record 11 wrestlers to the state tournament this year. But again, still worried about this game afoot. Again, Hidden Valley, the Skyline Championship is on the line tonight. Should be a great finish. This one only 3 points separating these two teams as we get set for the second half of basketball. Again, once again, I'm Josh Eldridge, along with Moshe Gyant with me tonight. Moshe, what do you expect to see in the second half of basketball tonight?
You know, I wonder whether they're going to stick to the strategy that they've been going that seems to be working. You know, Hidden Valley really ran out that clock right at the end. You know, I may, you know, if I was out there, I don't think I could have done that, to be honest. But
too impatient for that?
I am way too impatient, Josh. I'm sorry. I can't. But very smart move on their part. Run the clock down a little bit. And I think the strategy that they've been doing has actually led them to success here now. You know, figuring out their game plan, figuring out what they're doing. I think our girls are an amazing team, and they're doing a great job. And I think they have what it takes to clinch this in the second half of the game.
Yeah, definitely. And we talked about it. Really, the Mustangs, through the end of the first quarter and the beginning of that second quarter, really just trying to beat the Hornets at their own game. And now, you know, with that 15-point second quarter, really proven that when the Mustangs play like they want to, they're as dominant as any other team in the state. And that's why they are ranked 5th in the state coming into play tonight. So on the floor for Hidden Valley, Clara Scott, Kaya Fisher, Hallie Jesse, Janelle Hurley, and Taryn Powers trying to get us started off with some points. Jessica Northcutt with the rebound. She is going to get the first points of the second half for the Hornets. Northcutt 4 points on the night and 2 fouls for her. Pass over to Hurley for 3. She's going to sink it. Actually, she's just inside the arc. That's going to go for 2. Hurley 6 points on the night. Trying to work inside. Looks like that was an attempted pass to Sharp, but instead it's going to bounce off the inside of the rim. Both teams scoring quick out of the break. Fisher tried to pass inside to Hurley, not ready for the pass. Ball's turned over. And another one.
I'd say what Hidden Valley really has to work on is keep these big, long passes to a minimum. You know, I think they got lucky a lot in the second quarter. You know, they cut a lot of them down, and I think they got a lot of lucky breaks. You know, that Henley was not able to grab them, but I think they really got to keep those kinds of passes to a minimum here. Otherwise, Henley will just take all the chances they can.
And that's where you see those big turnover numbers. Again, Hidden Valley averaging about 13, 14 turnovers a game. That's not bad, but right now we just started the second half and they're already at 11. So definitely trying to cut down on those turnover numbers as we move forward. And again, that's something you got to work on when you get into the playoffs, because when you get into those teams at the state tournament, at the playoffs, they'll capitalize on your mistakes and they won't feel bad about it. Every turnover you get, they'll score. And that's really what killed Hidden Valley at the state tournament last year, was those turnovers. Fisher passed it over to Jesse. Now trying to work inside was Powers. She's going to end up getting fouled. And a chance at the line for Taryn Powers. Taryn Powers, a freshman, starting freshman on this team. Don't see that too often at the varsity level. Standing 5'6" tall. Coming off a season last year undefeated at Lincoln Savage. So definitely not really that big of a difference jumping from middle school to high school, at least in terms of winning, but definitely the competition is a lot fiercer. But she's stepped up to the challenge and secured herself a starting role on this varsity team. Going 0 for 2 at the free throw line. Trying to work inside. No foul going to be called, but Henley will maintain possession, as that was Alexandria Sharp hitting the floor there. Sharp tries to shoot from beyond the arc. That one's not going to end up landing. Sharp will get 2 chances at the line for the Hornets. She's shot 2 and she's made 2 to this point in the night. That's Taryn Powers' first foul also tonight. Not going to make that one. The Hornets kind of falling short at the free throw line a little bit, not taking advantage of the opportunities the Mustangs are really gifting to them. I say it every time. I mean, they're called free throws, right? They're free. You got to take them. Taryn Powers takes a seat on the bench. Olivia Jackson coming in. Making the second free throw is Sharp.
Your comedy is as good as ever, Josh.
Thanks, Mosh. I really try. You know, I've been writing material, practicing in the mirror, really trying to work on making y'all laugh.
We appreciate it here, Josh.
I'm glad.
For 3, not quite. A little bit of a scramble there. Looks like Kai will pick it up maybe not.
Possession is going to go to the Hornets.
Two-point game.
Yeah, tight game for sure. Hidden Valley's held on to the lead since about 2 minutes left to go in the second quarter. But now with 5.5 to go in the third, the lead's starting to slip a little bit from them. And if that one makes it, Henley is going to try to tie this game, and I don't think they will. Janelle Hurley going to try to run away with this one. She's going to slow up. It's about to run into a swarm of Hornets as she tried to make it down into the basket, but I believe the Mustangs are going to retain possession. On the floor right now for Hidden Valley, not much different than it has been all season, but Hallie Jesse, Claire Scott, Olivia Jackson, Kaya Fisher, and Janelle Hurley all on the floor in the white uniforms for Hidden Valley. Jackson was open, had a little bit of trouble handling the zip on that pass. Kaya Fisher trying to work inside. She's going to end up getting fouled, a chance at the line for the sophomore. Fisher standing 6 foot tall, definitely tough to get around at high school level. And she gets fouled quite often. She's yet to miss a free throw tonight and has got 8 points to her name so far, 2 fouls. She's made all 4 of her free throw attempts tonight. Extending the lead to 3 for Hidden Valley. McLaughlin coming in for Northcutt. Bouncing off. Fisher not going to be able to get the second free throw. That long pass, and that one's going to end up flying out of bounds right in front of the Dutch Bros coffee sign of the Mustang decoration we got in this gym.
See, what I think's going to, this is my prediction, Josh. Don't judge me, but
Prediction?
Prediction.
You know what they say, Mosh.
I know. I know. I'm feeling like a forecaster today, Josh.
What's your prediction, Mosh?
Oh, wow. My prediction is that Henley, with these long throws, I think as the game goes on, it'll be less and less good for them, because as you get more tired, you know, your arms get tired, your body gets tired, you can't think as well, and so your shots get farther off. So that's why I stress that it's really important for Hidden Valley to keep these down, and I think they're doing a good job at that. But
you think those long passes are going to catch up to the Hornets?
Yeah, as the end game, as people are getting more and more tired. That's my theory.
It's a bold prediction, Mosh.
It is a bold prediction. But I was right about something earlier tonight, so I'm going to press my luck.
Yeah, okay. Write it down, folks. Charge Mosh.
Yeah. What are we betting tonight, guys?
That's the 4th foul for Hallie Jesse. She's going to end up sitting probably for the rest of this quarter. Coming in for her is Kylie Lyon. 4:40 left to go in the third quarter of play. That one was passed over. Shot for 3. It's going to fall that time for Brady Smith. Her first 3 points of the game, and that ties it up with 4.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. 5th tie tonight between these two teams. Kylie Lyon having a tough time getting the pass off, but Jackson in the right place at the right time.
Ooh, pushing her back up to the half-court line.
Scott pass inside to Lyon, now inside to Fisher. She puts it up and it falls. The Mustangs take the lead right back.
Ooh. That wasn't a long pass, but that was a pass, Josh.
Thank you, Moshe.
Yeah.
25-23 with 4 minutes left to go. Pass now over to Kylie Lyon. Tries to get it inside to Hurley, right between her arms. Now, Moshe, what was that?
That was a pass.
Was that a long pass?
That was a long pass,
Okay.
Josh.
Okay.
Like I said, I told Hidden Valley to keep those down. I'm going to use my psychic powers to will them to do what I want.
Yeah. Trying to find a Will inside. Sharp is going to get that one stolen away from Clara Scott. Another turnover for the Hornets. Pass inside to Fisher. That looked like it was off the hand of, I can't quite tell that was. It looks like Reagan Loney. And it will be off her hands. The Mustangs going to keep possession. Loney coming out. Coming in for the Mustangs, or excuse me, for the Hornets is Mackenzie Peterson. Pass goes to Fisher. She's going to pass it out to Hurley for 3. Bounce off the front of the rim. Honey Lions rebound attempt no good. Head coach Jesse trying to orchestrate a play from the sideline.
Ooh, nice attempt by Kaya Fisher, but not quite. I think Mustangs will retain possession of that one.
Pass to Fisher. Hall off the backboard, not going to get it. She gets her own rebound, and it falls. Mustangs extending their lead now to 4. Hornets trying to score from the inside. They've only gotten 1 3 to fall tonight. Actually, only 2 between both teams, 1 for each. The 3 for the Hornets goes to Brady Smith, and 1 for Hidden Valley. Only 3 they've hit tonight is from Jada Hurley.
I'd say the Mustang defense has tightened up a little bit, not letting them have the the easy free throws as much. I've noticed them getting more swamped and more blocked by Mustangs.
Definitely
coming into the second quarter.
You got a lot of those Mustangs down in the paint. About 4 of them trying to get any given rebound.
Ooh, long pass, Josh.
Mosh, you're getting anxiety over here watching these long passes. Now is another one, but that one works out.
Yep.
In the end for Janelle Hurley. She's going to get a chance to the line here. Going to have to make a super cut of you saying long pass tonight. Going to be about 5 minutes long.
It's because every time I feel my amount of money that I'm going to win from this game.
Oh, yeah, between you and me, the bet that we made about long passes.
Oh, yeah. Each time, Josh, you keep getting closer to winning.
I think you're right in the sense that it might catch up to the Hornets. I just think the Mustangs, there's really nothing you can say to them, say, hey, stop passing it long, but if you're feeling pressure, you just got to get the ball out of your hands. You just got to launch it down court. And like I said, I'm no coach. I haven't played basketball in earnest in quite some time, so I don't really know what it's like to be down there. So it's a lot easier for us to say these things than it is for us to probably put into execution. I think that should be a disclaimer whenever you talk about a long pass.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I haven't played in years. I'm no judge. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. Hardcore grain of salt. But in my professional opinion.
And Annabelle Brown coming in for Kaya Fisher. First time we're going to see Brown tonight. Annabelle Brown, a 5'7" junior for Hidden Valley. She's going to end up blocking that one. Janelle Hurley steals that one away. Hidden Valley been good about not turning the ball over in this quarter. Only 2 to this point, and we're hitting the 2-minute mark. 6 points the difference between these two teams. Janelle Hurley, right as I say that, turns the ball over. Bounce pass. That one's going to end up falling. And I believe that was Lindy McLaughlin. That's 7 points for her. Inside to Lyon. Finally, Northcutt's going to grab that one, a takeaway for them. The long pass, Moshe, what was that? Reagan Loney tries to put it up and in. Not going to happen. Janelle Hurley taking that one away. Minute 13 left to go, 4 points separating the Mustangs and the Hornets.
I think that's going to be our inside joke when we get to state.
I don't know too much about inside jokes when we got all these people watching us, Mosh.
I know. And the long pass.
Under a minute now, 4 points again separating these two teams. Mustangs bounce pass to Hurley. We'll see if they decide to hold on to it like they did at the end of the half. Hurley, mid-range, not going to fall. Annabelle Brown.
Timeout?
I believe, yeah, timeout called by head coach Joel Jesse, third-year head coach, as his team leads by 4 in their final challenge before they were able to clinch that Skyline Conference champions. Again, you're watching HVTV1.com.
This live event on HVTV1 is brought to you in part by Evergreen Federal Bank and President Jeff Hyde. Evergreen has served our community for over 80 years with locations in Grants Pass, Medford, and Rogue River. Evergreen Federal Bank, member of FDIC, equal housing lender. This event is also sponsored by Fields Ace Home Center, your hometown hardware store where you drive a little and save a lot. Fields Ace Home Center is open 7 days a week in Murphy.
Welcome back to HVTV1.com. 29-25 the score between the Hidden Valley Mustangs and the Henley Hornets as we get set for the final few seconds of the third quarter. 43 seconds to be exact before we start the final quarter of play. Again, 4 points separating these two teams as we look to the Evergreen Federal Bank scoreboard. It's been a close one all night long. Mustangs are going to start out with possession. Olivia Jackson for 3 off the backboard, not going to end up landing, but Janelle Hurley with the rebound. Passes it back to Jackson, goes over her head.
What did I tell you, Josh?
And I believe I think Jesse's trying to argue a tip. Head coach Joel Jesse, that is.
Huh.
Looks like he's trying to argue that one of the Hornets tipped the ball, but I think official's decision is made up. I was trying to see what kind of conversation they were trying to have there. 30 seconds as Jada Hurley fouls. I believe that was Brady Smith. Jada Hurley's 3 fouls tonight. Pass over to Loney. Now back over to Smith. Down stolen away by Jackson. A nice play to keep that in bounds. Jada Hurley not able to capitalize on the points. That would have been a very nice play with now 13 seconds remaining. Smith tries to shoot for 3, and that one's not going to land. Loose ball with 8 seconds left. Janelle Hurley trying to hustle down court, now 5 seconds. She's going to be the one to take the final shot. Jada Hurley instead. That one ends up being blocked by Smith. A little bit anticlimactic. I built that one up, but the score at the end of the third quarter is 29-25. 4 points separate these teams as we head into the fourth quarter. Mustangs, only 8 minutes separate them between Mustangs and a Skyline championship. Moshe, you excited yet?
I am very excited. You don't even know how excited I am, Josh. Especially after you built it up and pulled the rug right out under me.
Well, we'll get set for that fourth quarter action. Welcome when we come back on HVTV1.com.
Would like to thank Southern Oregon Audio Visual and Ciro Bignati for helping Hidden Valley athletics and activities. Whether you're entertaining 10 people or 1,000, call Southern Oregon Audio Visual at 541-890-2334. Again, that's 541-890-2334. James B. Hurley wants to help you plan your future. If you want to grow your retirement fund or even buy a house, consult with James B. Hurley at 924-1934. Again, that's 924-1934. HVTV1.
All right, welcome back to HVTV1.com. 29-25 the score as we head into the fourth quarter. The Mustangs outscoring the Hornets in the third by only 1 point. Mustangs scoring 9 points, the Hornets scoring 8 in that third quarter of play. A low-scoring quarter. but keeping the game close nonetheless. And it's going to be very important here to watch this one. I believe we're trying to get a fan off the court there.
What can I say? Sometimes you get excited, Josh.
Sometimes you get excited, have to sit those courtside seats here at Mustang Court.
$1 million seats, let me tell you.
Is that what we're charging nowadays?
We are charging $1 million for courtside seats.
I want to tell Carla to switch up those prices. That might be why a lot of people don't show up here in the front row. Timeout is called by head coach Joel Jesse. He's only about 10 seconds into this fourth quarter. We're going to take one break. Again, 4 points separate these two teams. You're watching HVTV1.com.
Outside, and you may need to update your wardrobe. If that is the case, then contact LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire on Facebook. Mention HVTV1 for $10 off your first purchase. Again, that's LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire on Facebook.
All right, welcome back into Mustang Court. 29-25, Hidden Valley leading the Henley Hornets. Only 4 points the lead, but Mustangs trying to hold on to it, and they will clinch the Skyline Conference for the second year in a row. Jessica Northcutt trying to get around Fisher. And the Mustangs going to get possession.
Something I'm noticing about both teams is it seems like they both kind of toned down on their long passes. You know, I'm not saying—
You're really looking for those long passes, Moshe.
You know, I'm not saying there isn't any. Wow, wonderful block on Claire Scott's part. But I remember the first quarter and even into the second quarter, I swear there was like 25, you know. It was an insane amount, and now it's more like 10, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't want to turn the ball over when the game's on the line. 4 points, I mean, it's still anyone's game, really, and
yeah,
you definitely want to stop turning the ball over when it gets into crunch time. And another thing to keep track of, the Mustangs got 7 team fouls, so anything else, any foul will send a Hornet to the line. So that's another thing to keep track of. As we talked about early in the game, these Mustangs get into foul trouble a lot, and you can't be giving away free throws. Lucky for the Mustangs, though, the Hornets have had a tough time hitting their free throw attempts. So the score remains 29-25. Mustangs get their first trip down the court of the fourth quarter. On the floor for them now, Claire Scott, Taryn Powers, Hallie Jesse, Olivia Jackson, and Kaya Fisher. The only starter not on the floor right now is Janelle Hurley. Janelle Hurley has got 3 fouls to her name at this point in the game. Want to keep her in the game as long as you can. Taryn Powers for 3. Overshot the target on that one, and the Hornets going to take possession as that one rolls out of bounds.
I think what the Mustangs need to focus on here is it's just kind of like burning time, you know. Like they don't need to be too ridiculously aggressive to the point of overextension, you know. Like that was good. That was a good play. But yeah, at this point, really, they get the chance, you know, obviously get those points, but run down the clock, you know.
Well, we've seen they're pretty good at running down the clock, like we saw at the end of that first half. About 50 seconds of just running down the clock. Going to go out of bounds. Mustangs going to take possession of the basketball.
I think next time we have a one-on-one game, I should just run down the clock for 2 minutes, Josh.
Are we playing one-on-one, Moshe?
Sometime I feel like somebody should broadcast us live doing this.
Yeah, we'll see about. Maybe we'll get Jesse and head coach of boys team Alex Keller to do commentary for us and see what they think of us doing one-on-one. Jesse knocking one down from long range.
I think that would be a very exciting game, Josh.
You think? They could probably sell $1 million courtside tickets to that, I think.
Yeah, that would be a real smackdown, Clash of the Titans stuff.
Yeah. I don't know about that one.
You never know until you try, Josh. That's all I'm saying.
Oh boy. 34-25 now the score between these two teams. Taryn Powers coming out of the game. Janelle Hurley taking her spot down there on the floor. That pass into Northcutt. A nice job there to put that one up and in.
So far, long passes are successful. Not too long.
Except for that one.
At this point, you're trying to predict me wrong, Josh.
Janelle Hurley for 3. That one's not going to end up landing. Kaya Fisher with the rebound.
Man down, or in this case, woman down.
Yeah.
Whew.
Ripping that one straight out of the hands of Carly Moore. And I believe Fisher's going to be sent to the line there, and she will. Kaya Fisher, she's only missed one free throw out of her six attempts. She's 5 for 6 from the line tonight. See if she can continue that hot streak.
Looks like it, Josh.
I won't speak too soon. Mackenzie Peterson coming out of the game, and taking her place is Alexandria Sharp for the Hornets. And Jada Hurley coming in for Clara Scott for Hidden Valley.
You know, I wonder if we could get this many people to our basketball game, Josh.
You still thinking about that one, Mosh?
Yeah, I'm thinking about that one.
Thinking out logistics?
Yeah, got to get it started now. Get an ad campaign all set up. Looks like the Hornets will maintain possession of that. Nope, Hidden Valley will.
Yeah, I believe they called jump ball there. Hidden Valley going to take possession. 5.5 minutes remaining, 36-27 the score. Pass over to Janelle Hurley. Moshe didn't like that pass. And that one's taken away eventually by Jessica Northcutt.
Didn't like that one either, Josh.
No? What about that one? Pass in now to Jada Hurley. She tries to put it up, not going to get it, but Kaya Fisher going to get the rebound and put that one in.
That was a toilet bowl flush, I'd say, right there.
11 points now, the difference between these two teams. Lots of long passes.
Looks like they're the Hornets are starting to get a little bit more frantic, I'd say, Josh.
Definitely, and just to try to calm them down, Shannon Carlson, head coach of the Henley Hornets, calls a timeout. We're going to take one, too. 38-27 the score between these two teams. The Mustangs only a few minutes away from a Skyline Conference championship. Welcome, come back with us soon on HVTV1.com.
This live event on HVTV1 is brought to you in part by Evergreen Federal Bank and President Jeff Hyde. Evergreen has served our community for over 80 years with locations in Grants Pass, Medford, and Rogue River. Evergreen Federal Bank, member of FDIC, equal housing lender. This event is also sponsored by Fields Ace Home Center, your hometown hardware store where you drive a little and save a lot. Fields Ace Home Center is open 7 days a week in Murphy. This live event.
Welcome back to HVTV1.com. 38-27, Mustangs lead by 11 over the Henley Hornets. Just about 5 minutes separate them from a Skyline Conference championship. And the Hornets are going to try to stop that from happening again. Hidden Valley, they're looking for their 20th straight regular season Skyline Conference victory tonight. And that would also clinch them their second straight Skyline Conference championship. Tough defense being played by the Mustangs.
Hornets really trying to work in there. You're trying to figure their game plan out, but really struggling against that Mustang defense.
Now I'm bounced off the foot of Northcutt. Jada Hurley playing tough defense. I believe she's going to be charged with a foul. For Jada Hurley, that's her fourth. Hallie Jesse also one foul away from fouling out. Hallie Jesse also has 4, I should say, make it simpler. Kaya Fisher has 2. Janelle Hurley has 3, I think. Janelle Hurley staying at 1 foul and making that free throw was, I believe that's Brady Smith down there.
Thankfully, though, Hidden Valley is in a pretty good position, you know, as long as they don't give up too many points, you know. That was a good long pass, Josh.
Good long pass?
I like that
you
one.
You liked that long pass.
I did.
Well, you know what, Moshe? I'm very glad that you liked that long pass because Janelle Hurley liked that long pass, too. She puts it up and in for 2 points.
I can like long passes, too, Josh.
I'm glad. Kai Fisher steals that one away. She gets the rebound.
So where's the ball going to be headed to? Is that a foul?
Foul goes against Henley. Mackenzie Peterson. That's her third foul of the night. Janelle Hurley pass inside to Kaya Fisher. She's going to end up getting fouled. She'll get a trip to the line with 4 minutes and 8 seconds left to go. Running out of room here on my scorer's sheet for Kaya Fisher. Absolutely dominating inside the paint tonight. "17 points for Fisher tonight. Trying to add to that total. Well, it happens. No one at the scorer's table. We're going to get right into the second free throw. The Mustangs leading by 11 still. Make that 12. Kaya Fisher making another chance at the free throw line there. 41-29. Now leading by 12. Hallie Jesse tipped that one, but a nice save at the midcourt line by Carly Moore. Finding Northcutt. Nice pass, moving around. Hidden Valley going to take possession. After that one is charged against, I believe that's Paige Barnett. Almost stolen away. Hallie Jesse, a long pass. Olivia Jackson for three. She's going to sink that one. Jesse, head coach Jesse liked that. First three for Jackson tonight. Pass inside to Northcutt. That one's going to be blocked by Fisher. Trying to get the shot off again. A scramble for that one down in the paint.
Are we placing bets, Josh, that Hidden Valley will crack the 50 mark?
I'm not a betting man, Moshe. So I'm going to stay out of that business. 3:20 to go. One thing I noticed, Kaya Fisher, and I never really said this because you don't really ever notice it, but when the game gets close, you do notice it. She will fight for those rebounds. She will throw her shoulders and her elbows in your face to get the basketball, and she ends up getting fouled to try to grab the rebound there, and she gets a chance at the line now to try to add a few more points to her total. In the middle of two free throws here, Shannon Carlson calling another timeout. We're going to take 1, 2, 3.5 minutes left to go. 45-29, the Hidden Valley Mustangs leading over the Henley Hornets. You're watching HVTV1.com.
The weather is changing outside and you may need to update your wardrobe. If that is the case, then contact LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire on Facebook. Mention HVTV1 for $10 off your first purchase. Again, that's LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire on Facebook.
Welcome back to HVTV1.com. Going to get set for another free throw from Kaya Fisher. Absolutely phenomenal game from her tonight. Standing at unofficially 19 points right now. Missing that second free throw. 45-29 after she made her first free throw before the break. Jessica Northcutt tries to put that one in. She's going to end up getting fouled. So Jessica Northcutt now a chance at the line. 8 fouls apiece, both teams at 8 now, Mustangs at 9. And that's 4 fouls for Kaya Fisher. 4 Mustangs now have 4 fouls, and they're Jada Hurley, Kaya Fisher, and Hallie Jesse. Got to keep them in the game, Coach. I mean, like Moshe and I have said, Skyline Conference is on the line tonight. Northcutt making the second free throw. 9 points for Jessica Northcutt tonight. Olivia Jackson tries to add to the total, but Mustangs going to get possession after that call.
I'm really liking how the Mustangs are effectively moving the ball with their passes, and whatnot, swinging it around, creating a lot of space, and taking those shots. Even if they miss some of them, I mean,
So am I getting this straight? You're liking the long passes now.
call me bipolar, Josh.
Okay.
I'm liking the more effective use of the
Okay.
long passes.
So there's a way to do it and there's a wrong way to do it.
Exactly.
Okay. So you want to go talk to Jesse down there on the floor and say, hey man, I see, you might have an assistant coaching. I'm your guy.
Yeah. if you ever need a guy, I'm there for you, man.
I'm an analyst with HVTV1. Put that on your resume.
Yeah. Sounds good, Josh. I mean, I think we should start an analyzing career personally. See where it takes us. Beautiful. Beautiful lead.
Oh,
and
Jada Hurley.
sinks it. Nice.
Very athletic play there.
And as my bet with Josh stands earlier, they are about to crack the 50-point mark.
I agreed to no bet.
Ooh, wow, that was a fall. But, yeah, as Josh was saying about Kaya Fisher really going for that ball. Whew. You should have seen the other girl, man.
Yeah. Flying about 5 feet the other direction. Kaya Fisher just throwing people off.
And she still gets her 2 shots.
Yeah, fouled. So, I mean, like we said, 19 fouls apiece. So she'll get a chance at the line here.
And I'll take my $10 now, Josh.
What do we bet on?
Bet on the 50
Mosh,
points.
I did no bet. No one saw a shake. And if anything, I mean, the Mustangs, I mean, we expect them. They're definitely the favorites coming into this matchup, and they're showing us why. They're ahead by 20 points. An absolutely phenomenal showing in this final quarter of play, really trying to lock up this victory. Kaya Fisher hits both of her free throws. 51-30, now up by 21. The Mustangs making this final quarter look easy down there on the floor. Kaya Fisher looks like she's going to end up fouling. I believe that was Carly Moore, as you were going to say, Mosh.
Well, I was just going to say, all this, in the final court's really giving me inspiration for our game. That's going to happen.
Okay, Mosh. Well, I think mostly what this is they're trying to gear up for that state tournament and playoffs because they're really playing solid basketball, at least in this final quarter, and they're trying to clean things up, and they're looking good. It's just a matter of they're still making small mistakes, and like I said, other teams are going to end up capitalizing on those mistakes. Like, really, if this could be a completely different game if the Hornets could hit their free throws more consistently and more hits one there. But she's 2 for 3 from the line, counting that last one. But other than that, Henley's really had a tough time at the line tonight.
Yeah, I'd say that right now, Hidden Valley's just making those small mistakes because they're probably a little bit tired, But, wow, turnover, but no good. I'd say that
Nice pass to Jackson.
Nice pass to Jackson.
Easy points for Olivia Jackson. That's 5 for her tonight.
Yeah, I'd say that these mistakes are probably just coming out of tiredness, and I'd say that HV is a very well-conditioned team.
And a well-coached team, too. I mean, their last time around at the state tournament, a lot of people criticizing head coach Jesse, but I was always one to say, man, this team, it's their first trip here. It's crazy that they got here, and a lot of people, I mean, they wouldn't have gotten that far. And now, obviously, his 3rd year as head coach, really a disciplined team. Had a little bit of a tough preseason, but Hidden Valley coming into the league season knew that this is where champions are made in the Skyline Conference. Don't really matter what happens in the preseason, but it's what happens moving forward. And really, they've made the most of the Skyline Conference season. If they're able to hold on to the lead tonight, they'll be 8-0 in the Skyline Conference. And like I said, they'll have their 2nd straight Skyline Championship trophy.
Maybe I should have done basketball, Josh. I could use a few trophies, to be honest.
53-35. As with both teams up at 10 fouls, there are going to be a lot of free throws taken by both teams. This one not one of them, but these final 2 minutes are not going to feel like 2 minutes. Janelle Hurley pass inside to Kaya Fisher. She's going to get it up and in for 2 points. Fisher definitely running out of room on her point total tonight. Up over 20 for sure unofficially. Olivia Jackson stealing that one away. Janelle Hurley Hurley putting it in for 2.
Beautiful completion there on Hurley's part. Just effortlessly. Looks like a bit of a slam to Jackson, possibly.
And we'll see. I believe that's going to be a blocking foul against Olivia Jackson. It will be. So shooting foul for Henley is going to be Paige Barnett. And this is the kind of Mustang team we saw last season. Again, I keep saying it as we gear up for the playoffs. Mustang team last season, they'd get those 30-point games, or excuse me, those 60-point games, and they'd get big 20-point games from, well, last year it was Kaylee Kruzmark. This year it's been Kaya Fisher and Janelle Hurley stepping up in those roles, getting those big 20-point games. And again, they're really starting to look like that team of last year as the subs finally come in for Hidden Valley. The starters come off, and coming into the game now, a fresh bunch of fresh faces for Hidden Valley, I should say. You got Taryn Powers, Marissa Elmore, Kylie Lyon out there as well. Try to get the rest of them here in just 1 second.
Number 20, Marissa Elmore.
Some odd varsity numbers. I got an idea of who a couple of these girls are, but definitely not suited up with their varsity numbers as Marissa Elmore points there. (60-37), a minute and 3 seconds left to go at the line now for Henley. I believe that's Clary Lowry. She's going to make her first. Missing her second there. Now Taryn Powers got a chance, under a minute now, at least for Hidden Valley. Kylie Lyon passes it back over to Berg. She shot for 3, not going to land. Foul charge to Elmore, her first of the night. Don't see a whole lot of Marissa Elmore. Definitely a bigger role on last year's team. But with the depth coming up from that JV team last season, like Taryn Powers and other girls on this team like Kylie Lyon and even another couple notable people and stepping up into starter roles, Kaya Fisher. We haven't seen a whole lot of Elmore this season, but definitely always makes a mark in each game that she's in. Another free throw coming up. Again, in this time, HVTV1, we'd like to thank a couple of our sponsors, Southern Oregon Audio Visual and Ciro Bignati, Stephen Stark Excavation, Fields Ace Home Center, and of course, Evergreen Federal Bank and President Jeff Hyde. The Mustangs trying to wrap up this victory, not able to put that one in. Marissa Elmore, not going to happen. That one ends up being swatted away. 21 seconds now separate the Hidden Valley Mustangs in a Skyline Championship.
That face ball reminded me of the time when somebody threw a ball up in the air and right off the backboard it slammed me right in the face.
You getting a little bit of memory flashbacks here from playing basketball?
Yeah, some PTSD flashbacks.
10 seconds now is at the line now for the Hornets. Making her first. Now 60-39. Jump ball, the Mustangs are going to take possession and probably just hold on to this one as 8 seconds remain. And we should be seeing a new Skyline Conference champion. Last shot, Kylie Lyon not going to get it, and that is the buzzer. Hidden Valley Mustangs winning the Skyline Conference here at home. 60-38 the final score, 39 the final score, I should say. And again, we'll be right back with our post-game show. Stay tuned on hvtv1.com.
On HVTV1 is brought to you in part by Evergreen Federal Bank and President Jeff Hyde. Evergreen has served our community for over 80 years with locations in Grants Pass, Medford, and Rogue River. Evergreen Federal Bank, member of FDIC, Equal Housing.
Welcome back. You're watching Hidden Valley, HVTV1, Game of the Week. And we're getting a little post-game interview in a second with Josh Eldridge. And Tara Powers, final score 60-38 in Valley's favor. And we're on with Josh in just a second.
All right, HVTV1 co-players of the game with a very nervous Taryn Powers about this interview, and Olivia Jackson. My first question goes to you, and Robert Jackson. My first question is to you. You're a freshman this year. What's been the transition like between middle school and now in the high school level?
It's a lot faster, a lot fast-paced, and trying to keep up is really hard, but it's fun.
From the beginning of the season till now, do you think you're fully accepted into this team, and was it a little bit nervous kind of working into the program?
I'm like fully accepted. They accepted me right away, so.
That's good. So everyone's graciously accepting a freshman.
Yeah.
That's good. And now to you, Coach wanted me to pick you as our player of the game. So my question is, how have you felt about this season from last year, losing a couple really good players, and now making your mark, trying to go to the state tournament again? What's your plan moving forward?
I think the team has a different, kind of different dynamic now. We went from having two really good players that kind of just led the team on their own to a whole team of players that work together.
So do you think that's a credit to you guys trying to change your game plan, or have you guys rallied together behind your coach to formulate an entire new game plan, or has it just been you guys kind of figuring out what you want to do?
It's definitely our whole team and our coach. I give a lot of credit to Joel because he's turned the whole program around.
That's great. All right, and good luck to both of you guys moving forward. Back up to you, Moshe.
Oh, and there you have it, you guys. That was the post-game interview with Josh and Miss Tara Powers and Olivia Jackson. Oh boy, what an exciting game that was! Let me tell you, that was tense game. We're gonna wrap it up in just a second after this break.
Would like to thank Southern Oregon Audio Visual and Cyril Bignati for helping Hidden Valley athletics and activities. Whether you're entertaining 10 people or 1,000, call Southern Oregon Audio Visual at 541-890-2334. Again, that's 541-890-2334. James B. Hurley wants to help you plan your future. If you want to grow your retirement fund or even buy a house, consult with James B. Hurley at 924-1934. Again, that's 924-1934. The weather is changing outside and you may need to update your wardrobe. If that is the case, then contact LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire on Facebook. Mention HVTV1 for $10 off your first purchase. Again, that's LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire on Facebook. This event is also sponsored by Fields Ace Home Center, your hometown hardware store where you drive a little and save a lot. Fields Ace Home Center is open 7 days a week in Murphy.
All right, welcome back to HVTV1.com. Hidden Valley Mustangs clinching the Skyline Conference tonight with a 60-39 victory over the Henley Hornets. Leading scorer for Hidden Valley, Kaya Fisher, her second night in a row with 22 points on the scoreboard. Hallie Jesse has 6, but Janelle Hurley was the other leading scorer tonight for Hidden Valley, having about 12 points for her tonight. A big game for both those two girls, as you normally see. For the Henley Hornets, it was Jessica Northcutt. She had 9 points on the night for the Henley Hornets. But again, the story tonight was really the comeback in that second half and securing the win in the fourth quarter for Hidden Valley. They were down 12-5 after one and were able to come back and win in a big way. A 21-point victory for them tonight, outscoring the Hornets 15-5 in the second quarter, and then outscoring them even more by about 21-10 in the fourth quarter. A big scoring quarter for Hidden Valley in the fourth. And again, that makes them 8-0 in the Skyline Conference, their 20th straight Skyline Conference regular season victory dating back to 2017. Henley now falls to 6-2. North Valley's 5-2. Mazama's 2-5. Klamath Union's 1-6. And Phoenix is 0-7. Looking forward to the next games for a few of these Skyline Conference teams. Henley is going to be playing Mazama on Friday. Klamath Union is going to be traveling to take on the Phoenix Pirates on Friday. And of course, Hidden Valley going to Merlin to take on the crosstown rival North Valley Knights. Tonight, coming into this one, Hidden Valley, they ranked 5th in the state with a 13-8 record. Marshfield is number 1 with a 21-1 record coming into play tonight. Number 2 is North Marion. Number 3 was Banks. Baker comes in at the 4 spot. Philomath is 6. Number 7 is Staten. Astoria is 8. Maris Catholic is 9, and Junction City rounds out the list in the 10th spot. The OSA top 10 at the 4A level. The Marshfield Pirates defending champions in, of course, at the first place with a 21-1 record, hoping to make another run at that state tournament. Again, Hidden Valley securing a playoff spot tonight. They get an immediate berth into that 16-team bracket. Henley Hornets look like they're going to be the second Skyline team who will travel for their play-in game. And after that, it's all up to the power rankings to see if another Skyline Conference team will make it into the playoffs. But Hidden Valley in the playoffs for sure. They look to book their ticket to Forest Grove in the coming weeks. But again, next time out for them, we give you one last look at this before we move on tonight. So tonight, of course, Hidden Valley beating the Hornets. On Friday, it will be girls and boys at North Valley. Then February 19th, the following Tuesday, is going to be girls basketball here at home against the Phoenix Pirates. That will about do it for us for now. Hope you enjoyed watching the Hidden Valley Mustangs on HVTV1.com. You can watch a free archive replay of this event and many others by simply logging on to HVTV1.com or our YouTube page at HVTV1 Student News. Join us next time on Friday for another exciting event on HVTV1.com as the Mustangs travel to Merlin to take on the North Valley Knights. Once again, the final score was 60-39, Hidden Valley clinching the Skyline Conference. Executive producers of HVTV1 are Christopher Pendleton, Dale Fisher, and Brian Miller. Once again, for Moshe Gian, I've been Josh Eldridge. Good night from Hidden Valley High School.